All right, everyone, we've got ourselves a new game for you. It is a crazy game. It was played in HomeStory Cup, and it features two players that are absolute legends. And you might have noticed something a little bit nifty already, because spawning up at the top right for Basilisk, it is Reynor in the Protoss. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom left, Basilisk's Serral in the blue. And this is something that people have seen. We've seen before. Reynor has taken down some very top tier players with Protoss. He's done it more than once. Many times, in fact. But people are just like, nah, you can't compete with the best in the world. Well, Reynor's putting his money where his mouth is, and he's saying, yes, I can. And in the opening match of a best of 5 in the playoffs, he busts out Protoss on Radhuset. Now, it is important to note that this is a huge map with 3 free bases for Protoss. So, it stands to reason that it's a bit of a Protoss-favored map. And I would go so far as to say maybe the most Protoss-favored map in the entire map pool. You can make an argument that Golden Aura is up there, but I think this is a very good Protoss map. But Reynor doesn't have to pick his race until after the vetoes are done. That's the beauty of the system. And I think you should be rewarded for the strategic diversity that you would gain. By the way, this is a really annoying mineral patch. This is I like to call this the anti-Zerg pocket. Because you can harass 3 minerals at once with a probe. And it's just a nuisance to deal with. Just a huge nuisance. Now, of course, in the early game, not a whole lot to talk about besides, of course, the stakes of the game. Both players have opened up incredibly standard for the matchup. We've got Serral opening up hatch first, hatch gas pool. Reynor opening up with the gate Nexus Cybernetics core into delayed warp gate, into the Stargate. It's all part of the plan. He does leave 1 probe off gas mining, which is a little bit interesting. A little tiny adjustment, maybe. Not sure if that's a mistake or if that is an on purpose. He might be focusing a little bit more on mineral income so that he can take a slightly faster 3rd Nexus. That would be very reasonable. He won't have 150 gas, though, to start things off. Ah, okay, so it's all part of the plan. He's rallying into the gas now. Yeah, he wanted a Phoenix. It's only 100 gas. So a neat little adjustment here from Reynor, and that will enable him to get this slightly faster Nexus while still making use of that Stargate early on. Very cool from Reynor. Very nifty. Serral not starting up Ling Speed, not building Ling Speed at all, in fact. Wow, that's quite something. Now, this is kind of neat from Reynor as well for a couple of reasons, this Phoenix first. For one, it's obviously going to pick off an Overlord, and it's much cheaper than a Void Ray. And he does deny the scout before his opponent can see. But 2, they actually played a tournament series at TSL 9 where Reynor race-picked Protoss, and he was going double Stargate Phoenix quite a bit in the matchup. And he was able to win a lot of games with that double Stargate Phoenix, but Serral came in with something special prepared. He went for a Queen Nidus play. I think it was Roach Queen Nidus, and just crushed Reynor, because Reynor had like, I don't know, 8 Phoenixes or 6 Phoenixes and nothing else. So it's just a very nice move. By the way, nice little move and counter move coming in right here. Serral has realized that if you mine out these minerals and build a creep tumor there, it can expand to the low ground. Reynor knows that Serral knows this, and he just kills that early creep tumor. That's very nice. Oh, Reynor also finding this early Overlord on the map. That is a nice little play right there. So he gets the first Overlord kill, gets a second one as well. And this is already a pretty solid start for Reynor, I gotta say. Behind this, Forge and Twilight Council. Nexus finishes up at the third base. It was a little bit earlier than usual. And he is going to be going for 3 Oracles and a Phoenix. Now, what this enables you to do is to lift one of the Queens in the natural and potentially find some value there. Serral still not building Ling Speed. Went straight for the layer. And that is going to be a Speed Overseer. There's the lift coming on in. Reynor pulling back the 1 Oracle. We'll be able to grab 6 drones. And that is enabled heavily by the Phoenix. Nice job from Reynor. Maybe just going to look around the edge of creep and see if there's any active tumors that he can pick off. But the answer is no for now. Queens will zone this out. Reynor. Not a bad start at all. In fact, a very good start. Now, look at Serral's vision right here. Oh my goodness. These Lings see everything. Holy crap, that's some good vision.
Forces under attack.
Ooh, very quick infestation pit coming in from Serral. Could potentially start going for some either a quick hive or some swarm host. Swarm host Nidus is very good on this map. We do see the Queens zoned out those oracles there. Very well done. It is going to be roach speed and +1 missile from Serral. And he did get the scout that his opponent's going ground.
Attack.
So that's why he's building some roaches right here. Knows that the potential of an attack is very real. Oh, starts up the hive. Oracle's going to look for an opening on the left. We do see the scout coming in from Serral once again. And a little push forward from Reynor. Oh, Oracle's grabbing, oh man, grabbing another 4 drones. Already they're starting to test Casterman's multitasking. Serral a little bit supply blocked at 120 or 114, but he's got a bunch of overlords finishing up.
Swarm forces under attack.
Serral does drop the changeling. Ooh. Cancels the hive and goes for 7 swarm hosts and a Nidus worm instead. So it was initially that high, but it is going to be the swarm host Nidus instead. That is a very interesting little adjustment. Changeling. Oh, it's actually going to be this Ling here on the top side. Changeling getting a surprising amount of vision there. Reynor with these oracles on the top left will be sharking around. He's got a Templar Archives on the way and a second robotics facility. Do you have a robotics bay yet? No. But there is a second forge. He's already got the +2 weapons decently far along. Oracles. Oh, they will find a queen on the top side. That does mean they're not going to have as much energy to help out, though, with the Nidus worm play, which is going to get launched out. We do see a little poke through the middle. Swarm host going to pop out on the top side. We got another Nidus worm on the bottom. This Locust wave is going to be huge. How much damage can it get done? Force fields in the middle of the map. Going to push out the Roach army. Oh, Oracle's going to help out as well. But here come the Nidus worms. Oh, a little bit of a misrally on these Locusts. They will kill the Forge, but that might mean he doesn't get the Nexus now. Yeah, this Nexus is going to survive. And I think part of the reason for that is that the skirmish in the middle distracted Serral, as well as this Zealot Warpin. So 3 things happening at once. And that does mean that this first little Locust wave doesn't get anything done. Looks like another Swarm host didn't fire its initial wave. We'll manage to get into the base, though, and we'll find... Oh, wow, it's actually going to get quite a few probes. 5 probes? 6 probes? But on the bottom side, the final Locust wave... Or not final Locust wave, one of the Locust waves does get baited out. That is very good for Reynor. These initial Locust waves are so scary. So the fact that he baits that out by finding the Nidus worm is huge. We do have another... Oh, no, that's the same War Prism. Oh, Reynor going for 2 more Forges. He's going to go triple upgrades. He's already got Colossus starting up. That's going to be a big help against these Niduses. Specifically against the Swarm hosts. Oh, Reynor, a little misrally on the gas. But of course, like I said, they're doing a lot right now. Reynor already up at 88 probes. That is a crazy number of probes. Oh, we do see the Locust wave getting launched out. The spot does come in, and we will see a Stasis Ward being dropped, but as long as... Yeah, there we go. Serral splits off a couple of units. This will be a dead Nexus as a result. Colossus pop out, but not in time. That is so much DPS. Oh, the force fields try and block it out, but it's a little bit too late. Reynor losing that Nexus, and Serral finally finding some damage. You do need to find damage with Locusts. You can't just commit to Swarm Host and get nothing done. It's not gonna fly. Lings and Roaches coming back home. We do have Burrow being researched. Serral, one of the better Burrow usage players in the world. Ooh, the Swarm Host actually getting caught outside of the Nidus Worm, and that will allow Reynor to kill that Nidus Worm. Now, Locusts are going to find this base, but the Stalkers are on the hunt. Base instantly killed. A couple of probes going down. We will see the Stalkers finding some of these Swarm Hosts. Nice target fire on another one of these Locusts. Swarm Hosts, but here come the Lings and Roaches. Is recall available? I don't know. I mean, if he recalls out, then it is. If not, then we know that it wasn't. Oh, he blinks back into the corner, not in the greatest position, so the Lings will get the wraparound. Reynor, oh, he gets himself into a good position now, and he's going to snipe down a couple of Roaches. At least he gets something out of this. He's actually traded efficiently with the kill on all the Nidus Worm heads and the Swarm Hosts, but losing those Stalkers, extremely expensive. That was 18 Stalkers that did go down. Still, he won't have to deal with the Swarm Host too much more. Now, behind this, Serral is getting into more and more upgrades. He's already got the Lurker upgrades online, double Spire. Serral going to go for another Nidus Worm here. And we've got a bunch of Nexi coming in all at once from Reynor. He rebuilt the natural, rebuilt the third, and is now taking a 5th base. Good job from Reynor to recover the economy. He didn't lose that many probes. He's on 90 workers, which is fantastic. And you know what? Despite that bloody nose, losing a couple Nexi, I don't hate Reynor's position. Serral, though, I do like this. These spines very well placed. We're going to see a little bit of a Zealot Warpin on the top side. Oh, there's double War Prism. Classic did this at Gamers 8 to Serral and was able to find a lot of openings, but wasn't able to close the game out. Oh, Queen. A little bit of an awkward position, but good job from Reynor to get this around. We're going to see these Zealots getting cleaned up. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, looks like those Zealots got cleaned up as well. Serral, good defense. Army movement coming through the middle of the map here. It feels like right now, the opportunity to get something done is not that high, but we do see a big drop coming in from Serral. 3 Lurkers and a lot of random units. Ooh, recall does come in to the natural. And this is going to be a big cleanup. There was maybe an opportunity to drop a Nidus Worm, but Reynor gets on top of it so quickly that, I mean, any chance there was has been removed almost instantly. Very well done by Reynor. Instant reaction time. Now on the bottom side, we are going to see an army coming in from Serral. Will catch these Oracles on a little bit of an awkward rally, but a Nidus, or the Stasis Ward, is pretty nice here. Army getting pushed away. We've got, oh, the Overlord dies, but it gets a nice Nidus Worm head again. Reynor wants to chase this army down, but I don't think he can. Serral is keeping the pressure up. Well, I know he can continue to chase. And there's not actually anything in this Nidus Worm head. Okay, so Reynor is going to go for a little bit of a push. He does start up his +1 air weapons. Ooh, more Stargates, and there it is, the Fleet Beacon. So he's giving himself potential to transition into the late game. Also going to clear up a fair bit of creep. That is really nice. Radhuset is really difficult to get a ton of creep as a Zerg player. There's so many avenues of attack. It's just really difficult to lock it down with creep. Zealot run by coming into the natural. Oh, this Spore Crawler is unburrowed. Serral recognizes it, but so too does Reynor. Almost the exact same moment. God, they're so well matched. Lurkers on the bottom side. Locust as well. Ooh, Oracles do take a bad route through the natural. He couldn't recall. Maybe a bit of F2 syndrome right there. Lurkers coming in for the harassment. Losing those Oracles is actually pretty huge, because not being able to revelate Lurkers really, really does hurt. And I wonder if we'll see a rebuild. Yes, we do see a rebuild on one of those Oracles there. Oh, Serral re-scouting. Oh my god, he's so good at all of these scouting setups. Now, this is where having that revelation would have been really handy. We do see the Observer getting in here. Would love to see Observer speed. Just conceptually, it's such a good upgrade. I really put it S tier. Lurkers are going to get dealt with. Overseer. There's action everywhere. We've got another drop coming in from Reynor, or from Serral. Will Reynor be able to deal with this? He doesn't have anything in position, but of course he can warp in. Oh, recall. That's going to work too. And look at that. Oh my god. Serral gets out with everything except for one roach, which he burrows. That's going to allow him to potentially drop more Nidus worms. But there's the warp in from Reynor. Weird to say, even though I have seen a few of his games as Protoss. Lings and Lurkers moving in on the bottom side. Serral did delay starting to mine from this base. So he's actually got a lot of resources left here, focusing on taking the top bases as well. Speaking of which, he takes that top left. Oh, Lings do get shooed back, and actually a bit of a bloody nose right there for Serral. They are trading very efficiently against one another. No mothership, no carriers yet. We do have 3 Stargates. Oh, Serral says, nuh-uh, I'm not going in here. Oh, he's actually going to use the Locust to try and deny this. Nice micro from Serral, but he doesn't get to pull back in time. Dropper Lords do die very quickly. However, the unload will be successful. And look at that. Serral's actually going to be able to get back in here. Meanwhile, a little bit of harassment squad from Reynor. Oh, that is a... Well, that is just a nice play overall. They are all over the map here. Serral taking down the cannons once again. There are 2 more cannons here. Reynor realizing that this is not just a free base, it is a little bit of a vulnerability. Now, during all this, Broodlords have come out. Reynor sees this. And because he's cleared so much creep... Oh, is he going to split his army into 2 pieces and start going for a... maybe even a more dedicated ground army? But go for, you know, constant skirmishes where the Broodlords are not. That's what it seems like he might be angling to do, and that's a cool concept. Oh, hallucinated Colossus, a little bit funny right there. Nidus Worm on the bottom side. Reynor won't see it. Serral will be able to get this one up. And Lurkers on this bottom side base are going to be very powerful. Excellent usage of these Nidus Worms throughout the whole game. Already 9 probes going down. Lurker. Oh, is he just checking for the rest of the army? Yeah, it looks like it. Reynor doesn't see this Lurker. They're going to see a little push. Oh, that's a lot of Lings in the middle of the map that are going to get cooked. Serral will save some of them. He takes down the Nexus, but he's actually going to reburrow and not immediately leave. Reynor does have a good concave here. Serral, though, he recognizes it and gets out. Good job. Good decision-making from both. Now we've got Serral building a lot of static defenses at this top side. Ling's going to try and force a cancel at Reynor's gold base. This is constant action all over the map. They are so fast. Oh, the Broodlords barely not able to get that one Archon. Looks like the Observers were able to get the cleanup on that one Ling. Finally, a little bit of a moment to catch our breath. And Serral, he says, no, there's still things I need to do. I need to scout. I need to see when the start, like, when you start building Stargate units. A little blink up to the top side. We do see the Nidus Worm. Sorry, not Nidus Worm. The Lurkers and Static Defense able to deal with this army on the top side. There is a little bit of a choke here that you don't want to push into. Neural Parasite is coming on in. We've already got some Infestors. And there is a nice little rotation coming in from Reynor. Ooh, Lurkers. Oh, man, look at this. Targeting down some drones here. We will see the 2 armies trying to join up. Fungal Growth coming on in. Colossus will get taken down by the Corruptors. And I think he might have gotten the Observers there. No, not yet. Ooh, that one Infestor. Oh, nice blink to snipe it. Very nicely done from Reynor. Oh, man, that was really good. That was, man, really nice attention to detail right there from Reynor. Still, cost-efficient trade on both sides. Reynor is trading better, and he's starting to take more bases than his opponent. He's had more workers for a while, but he has lost several. I'd say several. 44 is not several. 44 is a lot. Ooh, another Nidus Worm coming on in. Serral doesn't have the Swarm Host, so he can't abuse that anymore. Meanwhile, a ton more gateways coming on in for Reynor. He's already on 12, getting 8 more. That is going to allow him to warp in so many units. And he is double expanding on the bottom side, recognizing the power of the Nexus. Ooh, double hallucination on these Phoenixes. It's going to allow him to just kind of check where his opponent's army is. He's doing such a good job of finding vision Oh, wait. Reynor just killed his own Colossus. He just killed his own Colossus, knowing that the Corruptors were going to kill them. I think he wanted to keep it secret from his opponent. I don't know if Serral noticed. Reynor wanting to free up supplies, so he has the mobile Blink Stalkers and more of an anti-Broodlord force. Or is he going to try and take a fight now with that? There is the blink forward. Oh, he had the magic number of Stalkers to one shot, but not all of them shot right there. Oh, man. He gets one Broodlord. Maybe could have gotten 3. It's a big commitment. We do see Stalkers coming in from the bottom side. Resources lost is pretty even. Serral, oh, can he get the fight he's looking for? Reynor is trying to crush through. We do have the Lurkers burrowing underneath the Broodlords to protect. Nice fungal growth to lock down the Stalkers, and now the Lurkers are going to move forward to try and take this down. Huge fungal growth. The spread from Reynor is very good, though, to mitigate the Lurker spines. Excellent micro from both sides. Reynor does kill a lot of Broodlords, but the Lurkers cover the rest, and what started out as an even trade, and actually was an even trade. A lot of Broodlords did go down. Serral manages to salvage it at the end. Now, Reynor, is he going to keep pushing here? He does have 3-3-3 on his ground. He's going to blink forward, try and find a couple Broodlords. He gets the cancel on one. That is kind of expensive, though. There's a lot of Immortals here, which are not the best unit to have in this army. Ooh, big blink forward in on top of the Broodlords, but there's Lurkers underneath. That's going to be really expensive. Nice burrow to get those Infestors out of there, and that was really, really expensive for Reynor. But he instantly starts up 6 more carriers, warps in a bunch of Zealots at the natural. We do see Serral actually burrowing some of the Hydras that were about to be surrounded to try and save those. Queen just popped out, will get taken down. Triple split on the Zealots here. Meanwhile, we got a Nidus Worm on the bottom side. Of course, Lurkers from a Nidus are massively... they're very, very powerful. Ooh, Broodlords did not move back to deal with the Zealots, so they will be in position to protect this base, even though the Lurkers abandoned it. We've also got a Nidus Worm head here, which will allow for the Lurkers to transport over there very quickly. Nidus Worm... Oh, the 4 Hydras that burrowed. Nice. They actually come back and protect the Nidus Worm. Oh, but there is another drop coming on in. We do have to mention that there are 6 carriers on the way and a mothership. So Reynor is going to go for a little bit of a Sky Toss transition. Let's see how hard he commits to that. He does still have a lot of ground units. And Radhuset does allow for a lot of mobility. Ooh, lane run by on this base with Serral. Well, he's going to get some probes. However, Reynor will warp in some Zealots. Ooh, very nice burrow right there from Serral. Going to be able to save some of those. Serral does have more units in the Nidus Worm. Oh, he's waiting for more stuff to put in before he pops back out. He's got until the cannon finishes if he wants to try and save these Lings. Could potentially split and go to the right side base as well.
Swarm forces under attack.
Oh, Zealot Warpin will force a few of the units to pop out of the Nidus Worm. Reynor does get the cleanup here. And now the Zealots are going to split back off. We've got a Nidus Worm on the top side. That's going to get cleaned up. But that's not where these units are. Reynor might have been thinking that's where they are because the Nidus Worm was up here. He doesn't know there's a Nidus Worm down here, but he is going to know very shortly. Battery overcharge instantly taken down. The Lurkers are going to deal with this. Before a Zealot Warpin would have been enough, but with the Lurkers here, it is not. Reynor will come back in. Oh, he's got Zealots warping in from the back. Can they intercept these units? Yes, they get the wraparound on the Nidus Worm head. Very well done from Reynor. Able to click on that instantaneously. And now we've got these Lurkers. They are repositioning to try and get into a good spot behind the burrow, behind the bushes. But Serral not able to escape Reynor with some great plays there. Still, 22 probes do go down in total. And it is still Serral who comes out in the lead for that. But he doesn't get away scot-free. Lings on the top side will get a cancel. They will take down this Immortal. Oh, but it's going to be a recall into the natural. Now, the Mothership does take a lot of damage from this. War Prism going to get taken down as well. Good stutter step on the Corruptors, and he gets that War Prism. Broodlords are here. Reynor will have to recall out, but he's going to be able to get this base. Oh, he's actually getting a lot of drones, too. Both players trading blows. They are so well matched for one another. Recall doesn't grab every unit. And one of the Archons does go down before the recall can coalesce. But this is going to be A lot of stuff getting out for Reynor. Oh man, the action is just constant from these two. Ooh, the changeling from earlier was never cleaned up. So it's able to get another Nidus Worm down there. We do see 5 Void Rays fired on up. No Flux Veins upgrade just yet. Ooh, carriers will be able to find a couple of those Hydras that were just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Neural Parasite is available. Serral now sees that his opponent has carriers who's going to fire up 9 more Corruptors. That is 25 Corruptors. That's a lot of supply into Corruptors. What is that? That is 50 supply in Corruptors versus how many carriers do we have? We got 36 supply in carriers. Is that an overcommitment to Corruptors? We will see. 5 Void Rays are going to come on out. That's obviously a lot more supply into Skytoss, so it kind of justifies this. Oh, Reynor somehow has mined out this little mineral patch. His units do get bottlenecked a little bit. And Serral with the Lurkers at the top of the ramp. That's going to be tough to break through here. Reynor rotating. Did he recall to the top side? No, but he's already used recall, of course, earlier. And the mothership did die. That's the secondary recall, so looks like it was just a rotation. Oh, storms are big, but the abducts do grab 2 Void Rays. Fancy micro. Units will try and push on through. And with no unit actually body blocking, these units are going to be able to get through. Archon Immortal. Now, Reynor does have to be careful. His recall still is on cooldown for another 20-30 seconds or so. He could get the base and get out. The Broodlords are able to rotate very quickly thanks to the new speed buff. A couple Archons already going down. Reynor, oh, he still doesn't have recall available. He's getting back into the corner like he does. He's trying to recall. You know he is. But the recall still has another 5 seconds or so. And now the Immortals are going to get all taken out. He will be able to find most of the Lurkers, which could create an opening elsewhere. He's going to potentially lose every single one of these Immortals. Just now, he could recall. But at this point, I don't think you'd save anything. Now, however, Void Ray's trying to find the Broodlords, but the Broodlords are able to get away. A ton of Stalkers just warped on in to try and chase this down. There's been so many dynamic tech switches. The base will ultimately end up falling. Oh, Serral burrows the drones right in view of these observers. And that is going to be a couple of dead units. Now, we do see on the other side of the map. Oh, Warpin. Can he get the Warpin in? The battery overcharge? No! He only gets 4 of the Zealots. That's going to be expensive, but we do see the push coming in on the front line. There is a big fungal growth. Stalkers, though, not hit by it. They will blink forward, grabbing 2 Broodlords right away. Carriers are going to be forced to retreat. The fungal growths are huge on the Stalkers. Storm is going to be good, but it's mostly on Queens. Corruptors and Broodlords able to dodge. Massive chain fungals coming in from Serral here. Very nice infestor control. Going to be able to get a lot of these blink Stalkers. Reynor will be able to save this final one. Lings did clear out the gold base. Oh, man, if this Zealot Warpin goes in, he saves the gold. There's not a lot of minerals, but there's still about 2,800 gas. Serral is starting to run very dry on resources. So the fact that he's lost this base that was meant to be a secure base is becoming a problem, even though Reynor has traded so inefficiently. He's doing it on purpose. He is trying to outmine his opponent, and he's been doing an amazing job of it. Look at all the bases he's got. Income advantage was even for a little bit, but the last 5 minutes has been Reynor. Serral trying to take this topside base. Reynor, does he have vision of the watchtower? No, it is Serral who controls it at the moment. Not exactly how I expected this base setup to be, to shake out on Radhuset. Ooh, Changelings will get taken down. Creep being dropped to try and secure this base. Cancel maybe a little bit prematurely here. Ooh, nice fungal growth. Does grab a couple of the Stalkers. Can he get another one? No, they will be able to get away. Oh, Reynor re-engages for a moment and actually does let the Broodlings connect. That's one more dead Stalker. Units on the top side. Zealot Archon going to be able to deny that hatchery. And there's even a couple of High Templar here. Oh, that burrowed Ling. Serral doing so many little things right. We'll get cleaned up. Good job from Reynor to get an observer over there. How many observers do we have? 2 observers. They're both with that topside army. Is there an Oracle anywhere on the map? No. Oh, but he's going to use hallucinated phoenixes to scout. He's been keeping these sentries alive forever. And he sees where the rest of his opponent's army is. Oh, that's a big storm on the Broods. It does cost him the High Templar, but it's a lot of damage. Meanwhile, rotation on the top side. You see Lurkers being added in once again, and we'll be able to defend this. Oh, Serral with a nice stutter step. And does kind of draw Reynor in to the Lurker's spines. I mean, the spores don't really do anything, but Lurkers and Spines do a lot. Tempests coming in. Serral is very much on the back foot right now. He's getting outmined so massively. And Reynor, even though he lost that base in the middle, he still has so much income relative to his opponent, and resources lost. It's not going to matter if Serral can't secure his own gold base, if he can't secure this bottom side base. And Reynor says, I'm going to try and take your gold base. I think he's just trying to force his opponent out. A couple of Ultras being added in. The tech switches, the dynamic tech switching for both players has been immaculate. Reynor has not added on more carriers or Void Rays since he baited out the huge Corruptor switch. Ooh, little attack in the middle will get deflected. Serral going to be able to force the cancel on the opponent's gold base. Ooh, double feedback right there. Very nicely done. Now, the lack of detection on the bottom side is a bit of a vulnerability here for Reynor, but he is playing this out so well. 61 probes to 27 drones. We are going to see Lings on the top side, able to clean up this base, but it will cost them quite a few Lings. And once again, Serral cannot afford anything. He is being squeezed dry. The Broodlord count is 11, which is decent, but it's not great. Reynor has been playing massive ground army, and he has been playing such a good mobile style, but Reynor has not been able to break through on the top set yet. Serral's been answering everything very well. The action has been utterly non-stop in this game. This has got to be the best anyone has ever played a late game ZvP against Serral. Up until this point, it was Classic at Gamers 8, but Classic went on to win or to lose that. Ooh, Neural Parasite's going to come on in on these two Tempests. Storm will actually kill one of the Infestors. Big Storm on the Broodlords as well. We have the army of Reynor rotating in from the top side. Serral able to take down those two Tempests. It feels like if this army dies for Serral, just even the Broodlords, the game is just over. Serral cannot replenish. He cannot take another base. Oh, and he actually loses one more Broodlord. There's only 9 on the field. He's trying to rebuild. Where are the Infestors to try and lock down the ground army? I like that he's gone Viper Light. Oh, another cancel on the base. Serral actually burrowed the drone to save it. Reynor. Oh, not going to be able to take that down, but he does dodge the fungal growth. Reynor has resecured this gold base. He's mined out the rest of the minerals there. God, the income advantage is just everything right now. The last 10 minutes have been all Reynor. Broodlords are going to harass here. That will move them a little bit out of position. Reynor is creeping in on this gold base. God, I wish I had picture-in-picture right now. Reynor oh, he doesn't see it.
Base is under attack.
Tempest is a little bit exposed, will get abducted. Good micro there from Serral, and a base does fall. That is a small win, but it's so many extra bases right now for Reynor. Serral needs to cover this gold base. We are going to see the Broodlords able to grab another, or pardon me, the carrier is able to grab another Broodlord. Base on the top side. Oh, well, it will actually get defended for the moment. There are so many win conditions for Reynor right now. If he knocks out that gold base, if he kills the Broodlords, if he... Oh, nice feedback. If he just denies even... Yeah, if he just denies this gold base and just trades anything close to cost efficiently from this point on, he's 10,000 resources lost behind. Serral going to try and take this base. The Broodlords are out of position. Reynor gonna find this base. Can he get the kill? The Broodlords do not have enough here. There are gonna be some neural parasites. Oh, can he click down the hatchery in time? We've got another attack on the bottom side. Base will get saved for the moment. We may need some mass transfuse, but he doesn't have any queen energy. And now Reynor can just come back in. He feedbacks a bunch of the Infestors, gets the base. Reynor, is he going to do what no other Protoss in modern history has and take down Serral in a late game ZvP? It is starting to look that way. He blinks forward on top of the Broodlords from the bottom. He blinks forward on top. It is going to be all over. Reynor does the impossible and beats Serral in ZvP. In the super late game, no one else has ever done it. Not in, like, many years. I don't even know the last time it's happened. But Reynor, the Zerg player, takes down his teammate. What a game. My God. And if you enjoyed that one, check out the rest of my videos. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. They've earned it. and give Reynor the respect he deserves. He just did what no other Protoss can do. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flip side.